Hello, Star Wars fans. This is J.A.R. 369, and welcome back for another figure review. Today is May the 4th, so in honoring for that day, I'll be reviewing two figures based on the Ahsoka Tano TV series. I will take a look at the Star Wars The Vintage Collection, Baylan Skoll Shin Hati, made by Hasbro. Take a look at the packaging. It's just the usual Vintage Collection packaging. You can see the window exposing the figure and the accessories, and you get the screenshot image of the characters. You get the Kenner logo right there. It says Star Wars, Ahsoka, warning choking hazard, recommend for ages 4+. On the back, here's Baylan's bio. There's a bio about Baylan. Pause the video if you want to read it. And here's Shin's bio. Pause the video if you want to read it. So that's about it for the packaging. Let's take out both of these figures out of their package. Here are both Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati out of their package. Let's take a closer look at each of them. Let's start off with Shin Hati first. Let's take off her accessories and take a closer look at the figure here, and take a look at the likeness to the actress who played her. Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Very well liked the actress. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Yeah, now take a look at her entire outfit here. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. You get the it's just the usual outfit that she wore in the show. You get the armor and everything. You get this very nice metallic paint. You get those little buttons on her armor here. Take a look at the hands. You can see the hands are for like holding lightsaber accessories. You get the belt buckle right there. And you get like one hand sort of looks like doing like the Force hand or something. Kinda. You get the little armor pieces on each side of her hips. And you get the little skirt thing here. You get to see their pants right there. You can see some stitching lines sculpting on the pants area here. You get the armor pads on the knees and the ankles there. You get the usual black shoes or whatever they called in Star Wars universe. And on the bottom, there's two peg holes in the bottom of her feet and some serial number there as well. So yeah, overall for the figure itself, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Still really decent. Now moving on to Baylan Skoll. Take out the lightsabers, his accessories. Now take a look at the head sculpt here. Yeah, there we go. Now the likeness to Ray Stevenson. There we go. Come on. Let me just put that here. There we go. The likeness to Ray Stevenson looks pretty good. Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Yeah, it's still really not too bad at all. You get the the beard. The hair sculpt looks good. Now take a look at his whole body here. You can see the armor shaded with blue shades. Same thing on the shoulder pads. Same thing on the arm pads. And take a look at the hands. You can see both hands have like the lightsaber holding hands. I forgot to mention on both Baylan and Shin, they do have peg holes for their lightsaber hilt, which I'm going to show you those in a minute. Get a little belt buckle right there, a little skirt thing here, and you can see the pants, some stitching lines to it. Nothing much on the boots, but there's some sculpted details, the straps and everything. And nothing much on the feet here. And on the bottom, there's two peg holes on the bottom of his feet and just a serial number right there. So yeah, overall for the Baylan figure, yeah, they did a really great job on this figure. Hasbro did a really decent job. So yeah, both of these figures look pretty good. I'd say Hasbro did a really great job. Now moving on to articulation, both have ball jointed at the heads. They do rotate, a little bit ball joint there. Well, there's a lot of movement on the head on Baylan here. The arms do go fully rotate. And those, they do go in and out. They do bend at the elbows. They do rotate. Whoops. The hands for Shin, she has just the usual rotation at the hands. For Baylan, he only has the hinge that goes up and down. They both have ball jointed at the waist here. They both of their legs kick forward and back, in and out. Upper leg rotation. They both have bend at the knees and rotate. And they both have ankles that go pivot forward, back, and ankle pivot side to side. So yeah, just a standard Star Wars The Vintage Collection articulation. But you can still give them some decent amount of posabilities. Accessories, they both come with quite a few accessories. They both came with the unhilted lightsabers, which have their the pegs right there that you can stick them on there, like so. And put the other one on here. Just like that. And of course, they do come with the hilted lightsabers. Let me just put Baylan's in like so. Just like that. And put in Shin's here. Like so. So yeah, overall for these figures, yeah, and also a little bit of size comparison. You can see Baylan's a bit taller than Shin, which just makes sense because they are like that in the show. Unlike the Black series, where both figures are pretty much exactly the same size, instead of, you know, that Baylan being taller than Shin. But overall, on these figures, I'd say they did really a not too bad of a job with these figures. Yeah, Hasbro did really a decent job with them. The sculpting on these figures look good. They do look like the likeness to the actors. The sculpting on the figure looks good. Yeah, the articulation is just a standard Vintage Collection articulation, but you can still give them some decent amount of posabilities. Accessories, well, just the lightsaber, the unhilted and hilted version. But it's still not bad. But overall, I do recommend getting these figures anywhere else. Yeah, for my rate, I'm going to give Baylan a 9 out of 10, and maybe Shin with an 8. Maybe I'll give Shin a 9 out of 10 as well. I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please consider like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. All 3 links will be in the description down below. That's all I have to say. This is the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati figures. Both are made by Hasbro. And this is J.A.R. 369. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on my next review. And remember, keep on collecting.